Thank you, and good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. Before I start, I just want to thank Dr. Andy Harris for having this. We had a wonderful meeting that the three of us attended in my district in Wildwood, New Jersey. And by the way, we have an Ocean City, New Jersey, as well as an Ocean City, Maryland. And to put everything to rest, they are both equally as beautiful. How about we leave it at that? And of course, my friend Chris Smith, a little known secret is that, and we never would have known that it would have actually come to this. Chris and I, a few years ago, actually graduated from the same high school in the same class, a small Catholic high school. It's kind of crazy world, isn't it? These are two, you should be very proud, and I mean this, of both of these representatives. And I know most of the folks here from Dr. Harris's district. You have a great congressman who works so hard. I'm proud to be associated with them. I'm proud to be associated with both. So, this is quite a story. Years ago, I started with this. And, at first you thought I was in the state Senate when this started happening, the New Jersey State Senate. And it sounded like, gee, windmills. And all of us had this vision in our head, foolishly, until we looked into it. Windmills, the innocent, beautiful, bucolic windmills that you see in Holland and some other areas of the country. How could that be a bad thing? Here's the deal. The more that you look into them, the more that you find out, the more that you learn, the more dangerous it is. And boy, it's an evolution. And I just ask people, I saw some people as we were coming in and they had posters up and said, for the environment, let's have these wind turbines or to be green. There's nothing green about this. The only green about this are the dough, the money that's going to go, the billions of dollars into a lot of investors' pockets who couldn't give a damn less about our beautiful coast. But let's go through the issues. So you start and you think about what's near and dear to you, near and dear to me, tourism. It's so important. You're going to have these, depending on which project it is, in the Orsted project, and there's Atlantic Shores in our area as well, and further north there's even Empire. But Orsted, I'll go to that project because thank God they left, and I want to talk a little bit about why they left and what happened. But you look at Orsted, and they had the nerve, and because this is a mixed crowd, and I don't know all of you to say what they had to do this, but believe me, I think to come to us and say, well, we did a study. This is true. I'm not making this up. We did a study, and probably in just one of my counties, I have 6 counties in my district. In one of my counties, Cape May County. In Cape May County, we estimate it will only be a $1.2 billion loss in tourism dollars. Can you imagine having the guts to come to us and say that when they initially maintained it wouldn't affect tourism at all? We know it's going to hurt tourism. Every study shows that it will hurt tourism. Everybody who's invested in the coast and the shore, everybody who loves the shore, whether they only make it here one day a year or here for the entire summer and spring and autumn, we know it's going to hurt. And the statistics prove it. And what showed more than anything, and it was almost biblical in nature, the whales, these beautiful mammals, these beautiful animals that live in our ocean that God has blessed us with. And one after another, dozens in our area washed ashore. Record amount. And they said, gee, it was coincidental. It was shipping accidents with boats. Well, the same boats are traveling the same routes at the same times that they always have. So don't tell me that garbage. It's not true. That wasn't the reason. And you're going to hear why it wasn't that reason, because of the testing they were doing where they were going to place these things, and they went way beyond the limits. Because, ladies and gentlemen, they don't care about our ocean. They don't care about our environment. They don't care about any of it. They're here to make money. They're not even American companies. and they're fossil fuel companies, some of them as well, so they're not so pure. How crazy is it that we would allow foreign-owned companies to do this to our American coast? How crazy and wrong is it that we would allow them to get away with that and to own and control our energy? America is an exceptional nation. It is the best nation in my mind still in the world. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. It is. And that's what this big argument is about. This is in one piece, and I don't want to digress of an argument whether Americanism and exceptionalism exists. They do. We know it, and we'll stand up for it, and we'll fight for it, and this is part of it. And as the Congressman so well articulated, national defense, originally and quietly, if you speak with the Coast Guard, and we have the only training center, happens to be in my district in Cape May in the country, but we all have the Coast Guard facilities, they're real concerned. The Pentagon was real concerned. They were squashed. They were told to be quiet. But the reality is it interferes with radar. You can't have the number. And by the way, just one project in our area, Orsted, which finally left, I'm not exaggerating. These aren't talking points. Millions of acres with thousands of turbines. Nobody ever envisioned this. And they knew that it endangered our national security. They don't care. They know that they've never been tested. Again, as both congressmen mentioned, never been tested in hurricane force winds. We don't know how they're going to do, but a lot of what we do know is that they're not going to do well. Yeah, they've been in Europe, and by the way, some of them are being dismantled, but they've been in Europe. They get bad storms. They don't get hurricanes the way you do in Ocean City, Maryland, or Ocean City, New Jersey. It's a different story. They don't get the same nor'easters that we get. And you know, it is all about money. So when the whales died, man, everybody started noticing, thank God. Because in the beginning, to be honest with you, you were just talking into the wind. People didn't see it. They didn't understand it. It didn't sound bad. It's changed a lot. You need to talk to your friends. You need to talk to your colleagues. You need to talk to your neighbors and let them know and understand how serious this is. It's not about green energy. It's not about saving the environment. It's not about the carbon footprint, damn it. They say that it is, but when you really speak to the scientists, they say it will have no visible, tangible effect on that. So what happened? Why did Orsted leave in my area? And again, I have the largest district geographically in the state of New Jersey, so we still have a fight ahead, and I'm fighting. I don't care what part of the country it is because it's worth doing. But I tell you what you got to do. You got to keep up the public relations. You got to keep making noise. You got to keep screaming about what this is. You have to raise money. In my district, private business people, good people, everybody from the bottom up, not just wealthy people, but wealthy people included, we've raised almost $1 million. One of our counties has instituted a lawsuit. Other towns are suing. We have up to 7 lawsuits now, some of them by private people who are real concerned. Almost $1 million we've raised. We've got to keep up the fight. It is all about money. They're going to make billions of dollars. It's internationalism, and it's a term people are afraid to say, but it's globalism. It's not Americanism. So if I was to give advice, you know, they asked me what worked getting Orsted out. Yeah, they had supply chain problems. Yeah, they had problems with inflation. God knows we all do. They had problems with public relations. They had problems because the tide was turning, because thousands, millions of people actually in the state were really getting very concerned. And we kept the pressure up, twist them up in court, tie them up, fight against them, rally against them. We had rally after rally after rally. This is a hard fight. We won a battle. We've won a couple battles. The congressmen that you see here have fought those battles. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a war to win. Do not succumb. Do not be weak, and we will prevail. I yield back.